Hello everyone and welcome back to Disco Elysium, episode 31. In the last episode, we were mostly hanging around in the Whirling in Rags. We talked to the Lena, the cryptozoologist's wife, about cryptids. It was quite fun. We also learned that the 8th hardy boy is not in fact a boy, but is a woman. And I'm thinking it might be the woman on the roof of the Whirling in Rags, where I can't get to. And it's annoying. So at this point, I don't know how to get there, and I think I'm just gonna wait around until I find it out. Unless I'm being really stupid and there's a big door somewhere that I haven't noticed. Anyway, we finished a thought. We finished the Jamai's Wood derealization, and we can. I think now we have more dialogue options with choice, so let's do that now.
Good.
Hi.
What can I help you with?
I've got some more questions about reality.
More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Okay, so we have the conceptualization. What is reach for something fundamental? We can ask also, what was RCM again? Let's see, do we have any conceptualization clothes? Just in case. Okay, so we have +1 conceptualization from that shirt. Okay, so we are wearing everything that's useful for that. Good. So
what can
let's try it. It's 72.
Part of the day.
It's
Go
high.
Ahead, ask me anything.
But that doesn't really mean anything. But let's try it.
What
Yay!
All of
Hooray!
This? The scent, the sound, the air.
What world is this?
What world? The only one, I suppose. The world of matter. And its pale antipode.
The camera of her mind glides over the surface of the water.
What do you see?
Great bodies of water. Forest-covered surfaces. Clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough. There is a term of endearment they coined for it in the DeLorean century, when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it, these archipelagos included.
What is it?
Elysium.
Wait, is the one with the evil apes? Elysium. I guess we can ask this.
Not in this case, no. That sounds more like something the Mesk petrofascists might say.
Her gaze wanders.
It isn't enough to call us animals. Even animals aren't animals.
What are animals then?
They're like you and I suppose. Living organisms don't identify with abstractions. Elysium is for particular beings.
Elysium, the world needs a term of endearment. This world does not deserve a term of endearment.
It does. There are those who would call it hell.
What is hell?
A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the Mesk petrofascists.
I don't feel like I have got the whole picture yet.
Oh, you want a picture of the world? There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit.
How come?
Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways.
How about it's a ball?
That's looking less and less likely, Detective. You wouldn't know it from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s.
ORG, Occident Revischolgrad.
Okay.
There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three, they're piecing together a dark grey corona.
A dark grey corona?
Yes. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago.
A cold fear seeps into you.
Oh my god, wait, what the hell are you telling me?
You seem to be spooked. Please don't be.
Her voice becomes homely, calm. She lets a moment pass. The pale? And what do you mean, corona?
They say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness. I am sorry, dear. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here. But this is one of the greatest questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound.
A fractured corona doesn't feel like it's gonna bring anyone together.
You have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it.
Well, if you say it's disco, doesn't sound like any kind of disco I'd like to go to. I don't care about disco, I only care about the commune.
See? Everyone finds something worth holding on to in this world, however wasted its opportunities.
The cold seeps into you. The air is heavy with 80% humidity. Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there, on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides. The lieutenant observes you both, silently. He adjusts his glasses.
So you said pale. What is pale?
The pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality.
Yes. Also, I think we've had enough excitement for today. We do have a case to attend to.
His voice is low, but firm. All she can say is,
Of course, Lieutenant. Let's try something else.
I don't want to... I want to know what the pale is. What do you mean it's not part of reality?
Ma'am, remember you are dealing with a very sensitive and impressionable police officer who is still recovering from a recent medical episode.
The Lieutenant's right. Let's change topics.
Okay.
What do you want to know? Anything.
So we have a volition. Ask for Kim to step away while you discuss the pale. And it's a +1. Kim trusts you. I didn't know Kim trusts me. That's nice to know. Does this damage our relationship? I don't think so. Maybe we could do this though when Kim is off to bed, so we don't like endanger our relationship or something. Can sneak in here and start talking. I don't know.
Glad to have been of his...
Okay, let's see what it says on our journal. So, talk to choice about the pale without Kim. The Lieutenant Kitsuragi does not want you to hear about something called the pale, probably thinking it will prove traumatic. Return to choice once he is not there and ask her about it. Or get him to step away for a second. I guess we can try the volition. I don't think Kim will get mad at us if we want to do it. I mean, it's our choice if we want to hear about it.
Good. More lessons in basic reality.
Let's see.
good idea.
Yay!
Just ask him. He won't make a scene.
Kim, can I talk to the ma'am alone for a second?
Fine.
He steps away with his nose. Well, that was easy.
See? What can he do? You're a grown man.
Now, what is the pale?
Are you sure you're sure? Your colleague seemed adamant.
Yes, what is the pale? Is this gonna damage our morale? Good thing we have a almost full morale.
Okay. The Pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, Detective. The separative tissue between the islas, It is the inter-easterly mass.
Oh boy, there's some big words there. Wait, and what is an isola?
Isola is a Messinian
Oh,
word
isola.
for a continent of matter, enveloped on all sides by the pale. Also, isolation, or landmass. We used to believe there was only one. In the last 4 centuries, we have discovered 7.
Ooh.
Mundi, Seol, Samara, Ilmara, Grad, Katla, and this, Insulinde.
And Insulinde is?
An oceanic isola. It comprises mostly of water. Muindi is the largest, Katla the coldest, Insulinde the bluest. What can I say? Each is perishing and dear.
Okay, what is the pale like?
Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The pale is the enemy of matter and life. It is not like any other, or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness.
Is it here?
No, detective. We're safe. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and west. You are in the middle of the Isola.
As your gaze instinctively turns north, a small black pit opens up in your stomach.
6,000 kilometers from the end of the world?
Yes. That is enough. Many cities are built much closer.
And point north, there?
An uproar of matter, darling. Rising into the pale. Rolling. Evaporating even. A great vision. The area of transition between the world and the pale is called porch collapse. Imagine a grey coronal mist, cold vapor marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism. A mold that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's the most disco thing you will ever see.
You hear your pulse rise. The air feels caustic and cold suddenly.
What are its physical qualities?
It's difficult to describe, or even measure. Something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological, linguistic. The further into pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension, right down to the mathematical. Numbers stop working. No one has yet passed the number barrier. It may be impossible.
If we're surrounded by pale, how do you get from Isola to Isola? Or Isola? I can't pronounce that then.
Oh, it is so difficult for us. It is possible to force dimensions on the pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path. But it is still hard for humans to navigate the pale without getting lost, or having our minds damaged.
The pale can damage the mind?
Extensively.
How?
Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others argue that pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading, that it's rarefied past, not rarefied matter. They call it the blend over of the self. The pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past.
What does this over-radiation feel like?
It feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travelers to 6 days of pale exposure per year.
You're not a civilian passenger?
No, nameless detective of the Citizens Militia. I am a member of the Entropanetic Business Class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of pale transit annually.
Perhaps that explains her strange pining after the revolution. Some degraded early memories.
Are you over-radiated?
Up to my gills, officer.
This is very weird. And anxiety giving. What is anthroponetic?
Anthroponetics is the scientific study of the Pale, or a recent iteration of it by way of Grad. The study of the Pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain.
Did they cross it, the Western Plain?
There are signs of pre-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the Pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years.
What has anthroponetics changed then?
Nothing. We remain powerless before the Pale. The only real advance in Pale transit is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later.
Aerostatic craft?
Hybrid airships, Detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion is suspended, once you've crossed from near Pale to far Pale. In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end. If we throw them precisely.
If we do not?
Then they don't.
How much Pale is there compared to the world?
The Pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more Pale than there is matter, and the ratio is slipping.
Slipping how? To our detriment or?
What do you think, Detective?
She looks you in the eye. It's shrinking, there is more and more of the world. It's growing, there is more and more of the Pale. It's growing?
Precisely. One of the few measurable effects of the Pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate. An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the Pale will cover everything. But this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists.
It's not extreme at all, it's going to happen. Cover everything? That can't be. Where would we go?
Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge. I suggest you do the same.
Oh.
Off we go. You see the hanged man's mouth open.
Off we go into the wild Pale yonder.
One and all. They say Pale is death, but for the universe.
Why should we just leave, and the world get left behind?
So is that like a metaphor for global warming? Or what for the sun? Is it what? I'm really bad at like science stuff, but is it like the sun gonna explode one day? Stuff. Let's return to reality, please.
Yes, sweet reality. But before we do, tell me, Detective, is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything?
Nothing, just alcohol fumes and blackout. I sometimes sense vague shadows of a past, and it's not good. I'm getting a sense of who I am, but no, I didn't know this.
Then tell me, what do you think of the Pale?
It's terrifying. You were right, it is disco. It will end all life. That we continue to persist at all is a testament to our faith in one another. Its advance can only be stopped with immediate, total, ruthless communism. A powerful anti-communist force, perhaps too powerful, but still, they have it coming. I'm worried, I have to say, it doesn't sound very liberal to me. I don't know how you've all survived with it. It's a huge accomplishment. Who am I to think anything of it? You were right. It's disco. I like that answer, I guess. It's disco. Her eyes tense. Crow's feet radiate from them. She observes you, your bloodshot eyes and swollen face.
You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, Detective. If you don't know even this, then...
She stops mid-sentence. I'll handle it. It's under control. This investigation will be my masterpiece, the one they remember me by, I promise. Yes, I'm in serious trouble here. It'll be a fucking disaster, I know it. All those people will die. This investigation will be my masterpiece, the one they remember me by, I promise.
I hope so. I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague, Kitsuragi. I ran a check on him and he is very competent. In the meanwhile...
Some of that assurance is meant for herself, as much as it's meant for you. She must have a lot on the line here.
You have me.
Yay.
I will assist you in any way I can, even if we have to do it one basic term at a time.
She gives you a slight bow.
Good. You have not passed out from it. Perhaps I worried for nothing. Are we still on the reality lowdown, or should we do actual police work now?
You needn't have worried. That was fucking insane, Kim. Right, let's get to work, Lieutenant. Some more reality lowdown before we go. That was fucking insane, Kim.
Yes, well, the rest of us have dealt with it for thousands of years, so...
He looks around a little uncomfortable now.
You will have to deal with it, too, the lieutenant thinks. This is why I didn't want you to know.
Right, let's get to work, Lieutenant. Some more reality lowdown before we go. No, I don't think we have any new ones, but so, let's get to work.
Good luck, detectives.
She nods you a goodbye. Okay. Well, that was a lot of information. I understand why Kim wanted to protect us from it. But I think it's best to know most, you know, as most as is possible. So like we nothing can be like used against us, you know. One of the quests that we have here is Collier Station's Lazarus, which I never did because I was kind of afraid that they will like take me off the investigation, which would seem bad. And I'm not really like, you know, feeling like doing that. I guess now let's go to the bookstore and see if there's... See how this skipping time thing goes. Because I really don't know. I assume we need to find a book, and what a better place to get a book than a bookstore. Do you, by the way, have any new dialogue?
Hello, sir. How is the investigation going? Found any curses yet?
Why is it written like the curses? Weird. Yeah, I found a way into the doomed commercial area.
Oh, that's great! I hope exciting adventures lie ahead. And maybe you can help Mother become less afraid.
Who is that? Point to the woman browsing books.
Oh, that's Auntie Billy. She's nice if a bit distressed.
She's your aunt?
No, sir. She's a working woman who comes to look at the books a lot.
Why is she distressed?
I think she is a bad husband. Not very nice or helpful.
Oh. What is this crime business?
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Wait, not crime fiction? I need to know what crime is. She doesn't know what to say. It's that bad. Point to your head.
Crime is what we were solving before this conversation began.
Why would anyone want to read about crime? Okay, I get it. Crime murder gets the people going.
And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is or how the good guys are going to catch him.
I'm a policeman myself, by the way.
You don't look much like a policeman.
She examines you as if to find something policeman-like. Huh? Well, what does a cop look like then?
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
She points to the book cover on which you see a strapping Vespertine officer. He stands grimly over the body of a dead woman. I used to be exactly like that Mullen guy. Then I decided to live a little. You know, nobody actually looks like the guy in the picture. That's just a stupid fantasy of a man. It's not your body that's important in police work anyway. It's your point to your head. Well, we don't have much in there, so... That's not a very good answer. Wow, look at the guy. I'll never be as cool as Mullen. I actually had other questions. I used to be exactly like that Mullen guy. Then I decided to live a little.
What's that mean?
Cut loose, raise hell, blow off steam.
And everything's better now, sir?
No.
Why is that?
Look at me, a hideous beast, failure of a cop, a disgrace. A man can never be truly happy with who he is. You'll understand when you're older.
Sir,
Ow.
please, sir, don't say things like that. You look nice enough.
Nice enough for a small child, sure, maybe.
Don't be sad, sir. I'm sorry I said that thing about Dick Mullen.
Nobody actually looks like that, Okay. Nobody actually looks like the guy in the picture. That's just a stupid fantasy of a man.
She looks at Dick Mullen, frowning. Dark, arrogant, violent, likely overcompensating for something.
Probably got a violent streak because he's emotionally stunted.
She examines the cover, trying to gauge the inner workings of the detective.
Emotional ineptitude is no way to cop. He can't compare to my sensitive soul.
Of course not, sir. He's just a fictional character. He'll be no match for you.
Hell
Maybe
yeah.
you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
Okay, so we have a composure. Okay, I'm going to deduce something now. +1 shows, so she's cold. +1 afraid of the curse. Let's ask these other things first. Maybe we'll get that higher a bit. What is romance? Aw.
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man.
She smiles at the thought, perhaps imagining herself in that situation.
Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
What about a poor man getting a rich lady? What about when both of the men are bad? What about when everyone is poor? What about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all? That's enough of romance for me. What about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all?
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
Yeah? You think she has one about an excruciatingly painful breakup?
I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though.
She pauses, trying to figure out the appropriate answer. No, think about it. One where they plunge into a torrid spiral of pain and recrimination. I don't know how to pronounce that. Only it's really long and drawn out, scarred for life, phantom limb.
No, I don't know.
She looks at you with puzzlement.
You can take this. Blossom like a pain flower.
Yeah, and it drags on for years and years with no resolution in sight.
The girl is at a loss for words.
Each of you filling with resentment and bitterness for having ruined each other's lives.
She shifts and sways on her feet, looking confused and uncomfortable.
Each of you tearing at the other's innards, leaving a gaping emptiness, a vacuum heart that still hurts ceaselessly.
I'm sorry, sir.
Ow!
I don't know how to help you.
I don't need help. I need a real book that tells how it is, not this drivel.
Sir, sorry, sir. I'm still little. I can't.
Oh, we're such a wreck.
It's time to leave it be. You're about to make a child cry. Are you proud of yourself?
Not a single shred of pride remains in me.
This is your tiny chance for redemption. Apologize.
Little girl, I'm sorry I got agitated. I just can't handle things sometimes. Let's get back to books.
Yes, sir.
Who are these famous people?
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them.
She scratches her cold, reddened cheek, then continues.
I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Can I become famous by reading one of those books? Right.
I don't know about that, but I imagine life is great when you're famous.
Fame sounds delicious. Maybe someone will write a book about me one day. Fame is for vain people. I have better things to do.
Why would they do that, sir?
Because I'll be a superstar cop in the papers and everything. That'll show 'em.
That's so cool. Maybe they'll make you a book cover picture and everything. Standing over a dead body, holding a gun.
Okay. So that made our, like, this check higher. It's now 72%. I guess we could try it. Ow!
You failed to deduce anything
Okay,
substantial.
trying to use some morale. Ouch.
She waits intently.
I'm a detective. I deduce that you are a girl. Oh my god. I'm a detective. I deduce that you are very small.
Come on, don't be silly. That's not a proper deduction.
She rolls her eyes. Okay, so we would need to put 1 point in composure for that to work. We have a thought.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your copo type.
Wait, there are copo types?
Yes. Guess what's yours?
Cool cop? Some kind of weapon cop? Sorry cop? I'm sorry, I'm not sure. I was kinda hoping I'm the superstar cop.
That is only a ludicrous daydream. Guess again. You're the...
Cool cop?
No, you're the sorry cop.
Why?
The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here.
How am I a sorry cop? I haven't apologized even once. At least I don't remember doing that. Won't the other couple types be jealous? I'm sorry, popped in. You know, actually, I'm not sorry. I changed my mind. Fucking, they should be sorry.
Yes. Impotent rage and lamentation. Let's wrap it up.
You know, actually, I'm not sorry. I changed my mind.
No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance.
No, I'm really not sorry. Fuck off.
Wow. Okay. Fuck off. Maybe we were wrong about you then.
What a weird, like a sorry cop plotline. I'm not interested in that. I am the superstar cop. Hi. Maybe your husband is missing?
My husband? No, he's not.
This little girl over there told me you have a bad husband.
Excuse me? A bad husband? What do you mean?
Not a nice and helpful sort.
Do policemen just go around repeating what some kid off the street said?
Yes,
She doesn't mean to be antagonistic, but she can't help coming off defensive.
she isn't just some kid off the street. She seems very mature for her age.
Is she now?
She dries her hands in the apron underneath her coat. Her eyes narrow.
Annette's a sweet sprout, but she doesn't know anything about marriage. Why am I even talking about this?
So you don't have a bad husband?
No, I don't. I have a good husband. The kind and helpful sort. And he's not missing.
He's totally missing.
So where could he be?
I don't know. At home now? Out drinking with his friends? Working?
Where is this going, officer?
So what I'm hearing is you don't really know where your husband is. Gosh.
Yes, but... I don't really need to know where my husband is. Not all the time.
Wouldn't you like to?
No.
She looks at you straight in the eye. Her right foot is tapping nervously. I can totally help you find your missing husband. Suit yourself then. I don't really care if your husband is missing. Maybe you're right. Maybe he's missing indeed. Let's go with it.
Why are we still talking about this? I haven't lost my
We're gonna
husband.
get punched in the face.
She has, though. The husband is totally lost. You should tell her that it's okay.
Hush, baby. It's okay.
What?
It's all right to not know where your husband is. Nothing shameful in that.
Who said anything about shame? Stop talking down to me.
She puts
My
her foot
husband
down.
is not missing.
But he is. You can feel it. Or maybe it's something else then.
Okay, maybe your children are missing. Maybe you're a cockatoo. What? is missing. Okay,
The
let's
woman before
continue
you nod.
this conversation in the next episode. So yeah, I'm gonna end this episode here. In the next episode, let's continue with that conversation and let's go to the bookstore to buy some books, so we can skip a little bit of time. Although it's almost 9 p.m. and after 9 p.m. I'm gonna try to get those boots of the dead body. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and goodbye.